Oh, hi.
Hey, you're looking well. What's happening, man?
You're looking well, man.
Dude, what a surprise. What an honor. This is fantastic.
I'm sorry to spring it on you at the last second, but trust me, it'll be all worth it.
Yes, yes. Right, talk me through it. I'm using well, everyone can see what will be the free version, right? And it's just super cool. But well, you're right there adding a thing that gave us the pro stuff. What does this do?
Okay, so you have Flow Pro, and like you mentioned at the start, there actually are 3 tiers. The first one is going to be released as freeware for everyone.
Nice,
right?
Nice.
So next time you do a raffle, go ahead and raffle off a copy of the free Flow, and then everyone's a winner.
Oh, nice.
So we'll have a free copy of Flow, which basically functions as just a replacement to the menu bar, right?
Gotcha.
You can access all the default panels that you already have installed in a better way. So that's Flow free, okay? Everyone will have the wheel. Then there's what we call Flow Essentials, which is for the non-tinkerers, right? This is going to provide all of the commonly used widgets that you would want, right? The Parallel 42 weather widget, the Parallel 42 time widget, which, as you've seen in the promo video, is completely redesigned, right? It's our approach to a weather widget. It's our approach to a time widget.
It looks amazing.
And then there's Flow Pro. And Flow Pro is for the power users. With Flow Pro, you can create your own widgets. You can write widgets to do a full startup sequence of a 737 if you want. You can export these. You can import these. So you can share entire wheels or just widgets with your friends.
Dude, this is so awesome.
I see a question about Xbox. Xbox will get Flow Essentials, right? Because you guys don't have the power to like goof off and sit there writing full scripts with a keyboard and all that jazz. So Flow Essentials will end up on the Xbox eventually. At least I can say we'll submit it. Whether or not Asobo thinks we're going too hard on that menu bar, we'll find out in due time. But
if anyone has something bad to say about it, it's just like, the biggest thing Asobo are probably going to say about this is like, damn, why didn't we think of that, right?
Pretty much, right? Pretty much. It's like, hey, look, if they don't let it into the store, well, we know where that's coming from. So there's a couple key things that I want to point out to you. Number one, in the top right corner, you see the gear. That's your settings. Go ahead and navigate up there.
John?
Once you're there, you can actually look at interface. Click on interface.
Oh, yes.
So we have included a way to disable the default menu bar. So if you want to go all in right now, you can and disable the default menu bar. And now your mouse will no longer trigger that ugly menu bar at the top.
This is awesome.
So you're now retraining your mind in an easier way. Wait, did it show up? No, it doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's not there. You may want that, you may not want it. I know you have some customs tools up there that you might want to access. I don't know how those work, but you can also just put them in as widgets into the wheel.
Okay.
The other thing I want to walk you through is, and this is a pro feature, there is a Twitch integration. So click on Twitch there. And go ahead and set that up. If you go to that URL, you'll get a token. I would suggest going off stream. There's not really a harm here if you're on stream getting your token. It will black out, but just in case.
They're gonna tell them all my secrets.
Yeah, right. So I'll talk while you set that up. Basically, with the Twitch integration and Pro, it's a direct line of communication between Flow and your simulator, and Flow and Twitch chat. So in the future now, while using Flow Pro, which is basically all the time because it's loaded into your menu bar, your chat can type in !plane. Your chat can type in !speed, !info, and get real-time information out of your simulator without you paying a monthly fee for a bot to do that, or without you setting up text files to tell people where you are or what server you're on. It's completely automatic.
Just with the token. So once I do like a copy and paste, we should be golden, right?
Yeah, you do a copy and paste into there.
Okay.
And then onto your wheel, let's add a new widget. We're going to add the Twitch widget.
No way.
Okay. Make sure you add your username there in the settings. I saw the Twitch username was empty.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Now,
Okay, you're good. Channel to monitor. Make sure you put your channel name there.
And is that using the Twitch URL or just the name?
Just the name. All lowercase is fine. Just the name.
This is science. Right. Good. 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 Okay. So we're gonna add a gadget, yeah?
Yeah, we're gonna add a widget now. I love that you call them gadgets. By the way, it's great. So scroll down, and we're gonna go and find integrations.
Oh look, there's stuff.
Dude, you have all the stuff. This is pro. You
This
have
is
all of
dirty.
the stuff. Okay, click there and now add ATC Bot.
Remove clicking. Oh, hang on. I'll pick an empty spot and then we'll throw it in. It's
Yeah,
so
just pick an
intuitive.
empty spot.
Okay, it says connected to chat.
Okay, now if the chat can at this point go ahead and start typing in things like !info.
Okie doke.
So now there's a direct connection between your between Flow and your sim, and Flow and a Twitch bot, if we have it set up correctly.
They're putting information on me screen.
Oh, you did the chat overlay. You did the chat overlay, man.
God damn it.
That's the other thing I was gonna take you to. Okay, you did.
That's so
I love
cool.
this. I love this. So that okay. Let's go backwards then. The chat overlay is cool. You can have it only show highlighted messages. You can have it show only from subscribers. I mean, this is a content creator's dream because like people can yell at you on the screen now
They're doing it
under certain conditions.
They're calling me mallet head.
I love that. I love that you added chat first.
That was dangerous. Right, into the bot.
It's
ATC
dangerous.
bot.
You-
Right, here we go.
You can disable that. Yeah, just overwrite it with ATC bot. That's great.
Jesus. Okay, so it says
Amazing.
ATC bot enabled, right?
Yep. Go ahead and exit editor.
Okay.
And there you go.
So what happens here? How do we... So where do you put the information from this? Does this go... Is this reading your Twitch or what way does it work?
You don't have to do a single thing anymore. Look at your chat.
What are they doing? They're redeeming... Hang on, it's actually changing lights though. There's no way that works. Ground speed! Look! Someone just put in speed! Ah, you're joking. Altitude! Ah, this is absolutely freaking me out. Look at this. They're putting in infos on the ground near... Oh my god, isn't that awesome? And it's telling you what server?
It tells you what server. It tells them what the nearest airport is. That way, your chat can now communicate directly through the chat and find out where you're at in the world.
I'm not going to have much left to say. This is awesome. Oh my god. Now, with those commands, is there any customization, or are they just the ones locked in because it's pulling the info from the sim?
They're locked in. They're locked in.
Gotcha. This is so cool.
But with Flow Pro, it doesn't mean that somebody couldn't just write an expansion on ATC Bot, right? So the sky is the limit because these widgets that are built here that you see on your screen, we built them in Flow.
Oh, dude.
Like Flow was built in Flow. So somebody could take our ATC Bot widget and basically edit it and completely add a whole slew of new features into that. And
so
share
handy.
them.
That is so handy from a streamer's perspective. That is so handy because, and I usually forget, right? But usually before a stream, I'm a good 15-20 minutes updating bots and putting in the plan. And yet when people still ask where am I flying, I might be able to find. I'm somewhere between the big mountain and the lake. This will actually give you a proper reference to it.
Can you tell that I'm a streamer too?
Dude, you know what I mean? Now,
I know what you mean.
is there a route command or for someone to see a flight plan? Is that in there yet? Or again, that's something that we can probably customize and build?
Not necessarily, right? It's one of those things where you can build it, but in a general sense, it's a feature that for the longest time, people wouldn't have a response to that because you don't have a flight plan loaded when you're just sitting on the ground. Some GPS units don't let you read the flight plan, et cetera, et cetera. There's so many use cases to that we haven't fully built one in.
Sure.
If we do, it's going to read from the default Sims flight plan section, right?
Gotcha.
If you select your departure airport and your arrival airport, we'll read that.
So it'll be like your .pln. I mean, that's something like that.
Right. Somebody in the chat says, I wish we could control the planes. We can. However, obviously, for general reasons, we did not make that the default either, right? So somebody could very easily write a script that says, if a person in the chat types this, then in my sim, run this widget that turns off my engines.
That's so dangerous. I don't like that at all. That's a terrible idea.
It's exactly why features like that are not bundled, but like absolutely could be created by someone.
Oh, that is so good. That is so good. So like there is like, there is a way potentially, we'll try and figure this one out. Someone could use or redeem a command and that could be like, press the G key on Murph's keyboard and that'll lower the gear, for example. You're kind of just putting in a script to say, when this is red, do this. That's so awesome.
Right. Absolutely. Now, if you go ahead and hold your mouse button on that bot button, it will open it up in the editor mode. Just click and hold right there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Now, over on the top right, you see the little pencil icon, right? The universal edit icon. Click that.
Oh, look at this. I can actually go in and do the matrix and put stuff in.
Bro, you can see everything that basically Kevin wrote this in Flow.
It's like we're looking at him in the nude or something. Do you know what I mean? Come on, Kevin.
Flow was built in Flow, man.
That is so brilliant. That is incredible. So you can save it. So if you break it. Now, can it take Java, CSS, and HTML, or is it just different options to work?
Yeah, I mean, some people will want to style their widget. Some people will want it to open a widget that has a specific style, and for that, you'll need CSS. So, yeah, you can absolutely do it. And that's why, somebody in the chat just said, I'm not following any of this, but hey, right? Like, that's why Pro is Pro.
It's definitely in the wrong hands with me. But basically, it's a way to give a user, if they opt for the Pro version, it gives that user the option to completely customize the functionality of what this thing will allow them to do. That could be changing the images, changing colors, and changing what the commands can actually do. So it's kind of giving you the power to, it's a sandbox. Flow is giving you a sandbox to create more stuff inside of Flow. This is genius. This is brilliant.
100%, and there's already a repository built on flightsim.to. So on launch day, when the tinkerers get a hold of this and begin writing cool widgets like the entire pre-start sequence of the 737 with a single click, they can share that, and Pro users can download that and put it into their wheel.
That is so cool. I just see a quick question there. Can we make the wheel transparent? But I think you can kind of edit the styles and stuff, again, using a script, right?
You can't make the actual UI transparent.
Okay.
Similar issues with that. Eventually, somebody will make it transparent to where it disappears, and then they'll yell at us in support. So,
so basically,
its style is its style.
Yeah, but you can completely customize it, right? This doesn't have to be anyway intrusive. You know what I mean? Like that's its default, but you can completely change the size of this thing.
Well, that's why the concept of binding it to a convenient key exists, right? Like a menu should be something you should be able to pop up, instantly get to what you want, and it goes away. It's not meant for screen time. It's meant for interactions that are really fast. Somebody earlier today asked, why doesn't it just pop up in the center? Well, I don't want to move my mouse to the center of my screen every time I want to touch a button. It pops up to give you the least amount of time inside a menu system. And that's what a successful menu system is.
And it could be accessible from any camera mode, cockpit, external, or even in the drone camera, which is huge. I love that.
Yes. Yeah. I've actually found myself flying a lot with my autopilot widgets in external mode.
That's brilliant. A quick question there from Robix. It works in VR.
VR is a very, very, very tricky beast. The fact that it has to be asked is kind of the answer in and of itself. It's incredibly complicated to get things to work successfully in VR easily. It does not currently. We hope to breach that hurdle at some point. And it is on our short list to do. But there are some really weird parameters to work inside of in VR.
Sure.
It does work. It does pop up. It does work. It's just in a very limited amount of space in the VR land.
Okay, cool. Dude, this is absolutely brilliant. I don't think it can't move from another screen. Like this will just appear inside the sim window. Now, I think if the sim is on a triple screen setup, it probably would appear, would it?
You cannot move it to another screen because it's inside the sim space.
Yeah, but say, for example, if you were using multi-monitor within the sim.
Oh, sure. Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep. No problem at all. Yep, absolutely. So 2 types of wheels, both static and dynamic. I know we didn't go through the tutorial, but if you want, you could actually click that button and you can. But the 2 types of wheels, one is static, which means they show up all the time. So I like to keep my utilities and things like that in the static wheels. The blue ones are called dynamic wheels, and dynamic wheels will only show up in this example if you're in the 407.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. And this makes an incredible amount of sense when you think about the concept of this is a tool belt that will only show up when you're in the 407. And in the 407, there are specific widgets you might want that you don't want when you're in a glider.
Gotcha.
Right. So in a glider, you might have links to like some wind direction tools and weird things like that you don't want in your 7.3.
I'm having so much fun with this. Oh my God, you have sim rate on it. So
yeah, have a poke around. Look at all those are all widgets that are included that we already wrote.
Oh, that is so awesome. Doors, for example. Now, I don't think the doors work in this chopper. I could be wrong.
Give it a try.
Don't tell me you got doors. I don't think it by default. I don't think it works. Hang on.
Well, if they didn't code it, then it won't, right?
Yeah,
but if they did, then it will. You have the exit editor is in the center of the wheel.
Yeah. Okay, so if we just do like door. Yeah, I don't think they coded it. Oh, hang on. Yeah, no, they didn't code it in. But effectively, depending on the aircraft, you can absolutely say, hey, I want, you can make it specific. I mean, you're creating a profile for that aircraft, right?
Yes, if it's using the correct development LVARs to trigger the door that Asobo says use this one, it will work. If you're a special snowflake like some of the other bigger, heavier aircraft and it uses its own tricky stuff, you would have to have somebody with more knowledge write a script that would trigger those doors.
Dude, the amount of stuff you put in this is insane. Reset. You can like automatically slew, put yourself 1,000 feet in the air. What?
Yep. If you crash, you can reset the aircraft back to, ground level, that kind of stuff. All your MSFS panels are there. So whatever you already have installed.
So here's
go ahead and drag over your TTM one.
Yeah. So here's just something we're going to try and do for the crack, right? If I put in, let me see now. If I put in weather, right? And let's put in, can I just drag, how do we do this now? Oh yeah. So you can drag your favorite presets.
You can drag them or you can click them over. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do an entire weather widget or a very specific preset.
That is so cool. Hang on, so we'll try.
You have a long list of presets, sir.
There's it's shockingly bad. I've of all of them. So page 1 is cool. So page 2, let's just throw in something here, right? Let's I don't know, game, right? So we got sim rate now. Leave that alone. Let's put in I don't know, time of day, right? Now, isn't there can't we appear a little tool in there? That's what I'm looking for.
Sorry, a little tool.
Sorry, a little like a thumbnail that when you click on that, it opens up the plugin.
Which plugin?
For time of day.
Oh, it's on your first wheel. I think one of the default ones is already time. Have a look at your default ones, unless you change them. You may have changed. Oh, that's MSFS weather. Okay, gotcha. Let's set them up. There's find an empty spot that you want on your first wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, your first wheels kind of has a little gap up top and one at the bottom. So,
sure.
Yeah, go ahead and add the time one. It's to your left, right there. Little clock icon. Very, very top, very top. Those ones at the very top of the list are the ultra special parallel 42 fully reduxed panels. You'll see time there. It's a little clock.
Gotcha. Sorry. Yes. Okay, right, cool. That's enough. That'll do for this, right? So if I close this, right? So this is the example I want to show. If I use what's going to be the free version, and I'm going to bring up the in-sim panels, the default Microsoft or Asoba ones, well, you can do that. When you click on it, it'll open up the usual panels that we're used to seeing this. You know, you can change the time of day, and it's not terribly accurate, and it's a little bit finicky. It kind of does the job. However, if we were to bring up flow, and we move now to our new fancy page, and we want to change the time, well, look at the state of this. Look at the absolute suffering state of this. This is the bananas. This is awesome.
Those are parallel 42 panels.
And you can lock the time. It's like, that's it. Freeze time. That's brilliant. All the
Yeah, I mean, how many times have you had a screenshot session and like you're like, no, don't move, son.
That is pretty cool. Look how smooth it is. Just like, there's nothing. There's no upset. Now, I'll probably break it. Don't worry if I do. But like, this is awesome. Right, and that's
so. Fun fact here on the time widget: the gray areas there at the front and the rear of the time clock, in the time widget, those are outlining sunrise and sunset.
Okay.
So you now have a visual for those perfect hours of flight.
Oh, dude, I'm having so much fun with this. So like even the weather, you can type in, and then you can do a search for it. So, yeah, I want a bit of snow. We're in the Philippines. Yeah, sure, they can have snow. So just type in snow, boom. You can just type in the sort of weather you're looking for, or if you just want live, type in live, boom, it's in.
Yeah, and important to note here is you have a live visualization of the wind in that preset in relation to your current aircraft position. Like, that's massive.
That is nuts. That is, look, it's like you're pretty much getting a METAR here. I mean, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, hang on. We'll break more things. Oh no, that's okay. So that's the in-sim METAR, right? Okay, it's so intuitive. Like, it's just, yeah, you can do this. Okay, so position. Let's add position in for the sheer crack and see what happens. So we'll put position over there. Cameras, yeah, they're going to be fun. Update settings, exporter or script.
Oh, you want to show off that portal one too? I know you do.
There's something else that's a game changer, and I mean a game changer, because at the moment, you can physically put in different servers, right? And why this is so important for us in multiplayer, well, the servers they usually act the maggot, and the only way to change the server, you got to hit escape, go to your gamer tag, click on the gadget,
yep,
and then go back in. With this absolute awesomeness, you can literally open up Flow, find wherever you've just placed a different server, and a click of a button, boom, we've just changed the server. That's insane. That's like the best thing ever.
Amazing, right?
Oh my god.
So you can make yourself a folder and put all your servers inside that widget wheel, right? So keep it nice and tidy. The other big features you're going to want to show off here are going to be Portal. Portal is going to make people go crazy, because that really is an incredibly revolutionized way to look at where your friends are and find them and transport to them.
This is going to be brilliant. Right, hang on, where's this portal? Get in there, you devil. Yes, over right
Very
there.
top left column.
Okay, so portal. Ah, no way! This is I'm about to break it. Is this reading my friend list based on everyone in the sim?
Yes, sir.
Ah, dude, this is ridiculous. Look at this. Hang on, Dougal, say nothing. We're just going to zoom in on you. That's insane. So if I want to kind of ramble in and say, Jesus, where's Dougal hanging around tonight? It'll absolutely appear him. Or if we can find someone else who look, who else is here now? Mighty Mackerel, he's flying miles away. Click on Mighty Mackerel, right?
Yeah, click the pin. It won't transport you there. It'll take you there inside Flow so you can get a peek for where they're at.
Dude, that's insane.
Where are they? Holy moly. Are they in Antarctica?
I don't know.
That's creepy.
Oh my god. You actually get you get the ICAO codes and everything. Look at that. I love the map. That's insane. That is so awesome. That is so handy because like you're always trying to figure out, well, hey, who's on the thing, you know, who's here with us. I love that. I really love that. And then if you do find them, literally click on go and it'll teleport you to their location.
Yeah, you can I'll be way beyond the dev mode teleport. And I know some people, the people that drink only tap water and don't like fancy things, they're gonna say, I can teleport with dev mode. Got it, no problem. Sure you can, but can you pick a parking spot?
Oh, no way! Look at this! You're showing... Hang on, how do you do the parking spot? Oh my god, you just click literally wherever?
Yep.
Ah, dude, get out of that garden. Let's click. Let's just try it. Now, if the sim crashes, I'm blaming... Well, teleporting. Oh, this is exciting. Look. So it just says, look, just wait for everything to load. The green light comes on to say, hey, we've loaded it. And then I can disappear all of this, and it's moved my chopper. This is insanely good. Oh, this is awesome. If there was Oscars for the flight sim, I mean, you're up there, man. That's it. You just got it. That's amazing. I love that. That portal thing is absolutely brilliant. So anyone that you're a friend with in the sim, you know, you can literally go flying with them. Hey, are they online? Where are you?
Yeah, I mean, why feel alone, right? I mean, and why leave it at the world map, right? Because right now, that's all we can do. We can look at the world map and say, who's online? And then just like decide to go flying alone or join a friend. In this case, now, if your friends happen to come online while you're on a flight, you can browse and be like, oh, that looks more fun than where I'm at. I'm going to go join my friend.
This has even way more functionality. I just typed in an airport, you know, find a friend or an ICAO code. I just typed in Dublin. Yep. So that means in my flight, I could be previewing an airport that could be maybe my destination, or it could be an alternate, or hey, I'll just be an airport that I'm flying over saying, hey, I wonder what this is. And it's actually giving you all the parking stands. It's showing you the runway numbers. And you're actually getting a bit of a meter here. It's telling you what the wind is doing and at what speed. That's nuts. Yeah,
and you can add it to your favorites. So, for example, if you're the type of person that likes to typically fly a couple of key airports, right? VA flyers, et cetera, you can add those in. These are my typical routes. So I just want to check which one has the better weather today. And right there at a glance, you'll see which one has the better weather or the worse.
Oh, dude, this is insane. Now, let's see. So if we want to add something in, so we can add in...
Kevin, handle the chat, man. Handle the chat. I can't.
What else do we have? Utilities, right? So top of descent, meter. Wikipedia is in there. Get out of town. Game servers. That's brilliant. You got a calculator in there. That is so good. Instruments, controls, game. So you can quit it. You can increase the sim rate. Autopilot, engines. That's so good. So say if you wanted to create a custom key bind, say for example you have a button that'll appear and disappear name tags. How would you go about that? Is that something in the Pro that you would add a script for?
I mean, there's a key bind. Let's be honest. There's a key bind already to just add or show and hide. It exists in the sim setting. So I don't know why you would want to do it in a wheel. That would be 2 clicks versus 1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But if you wanted to, you can, right? Like, we have to think logically. I've seen a couple questions about, like, what about Stream Deck integration? And it's like, what would you do? Reach over to the side and touch your physical device to pull up a virtual device on your screen? Like, and you know, like some of the things you really got to think about that extra click. We're trying to remove the amount of clicks and remove the amount of time in menus and in utilities with something like Flow. As far as like, could you bind a Stream Deck key to trigger Flow? If your sim can see that Stream Deck input, yes. You can use any key or button that is assignable in sim to trigger Flow to come up. I like it on my mouse button. It's instant, it's beautiful, it's swift. Maybe somebody wants to reach for a keyboard.
Dude, I'm just playing with the cameras. This is a game changer. Isn't that pretty cool? All the cameras are there as well. That's nuts.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people didn't really realize how many cameras are already preset in here from developers and stuff. And this just does a little visualization so that you can see how many views you actually have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's not much more, right? I mean, a lot of people are going to start yelling chase plane. This is not chase plane. It's just a camera switcher. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely brilliant. God almighty, this is so brilliant. Like, the amount of stuff, the bot thing is absolutely nuts. People can now call up commands. That's just incredible. And, like, can you imagine, like, could you imagine some of the custom stuff, scripts are going to be made? You know what I mean? There's going to be mad stuff made.
Yeah, it's a very personal thing. So it's going to take you, a session or two to sit down and say, okay, what are my main utilities? I want to put those on the first wheel.
Mm-hmm.
What are the ones I use in flight? So I'll give you an example of how I have mine set up, right? This is my flow, and it may not be your flow, but I'll share mine. I have my main wheel are the sim utilities that I use to identify my flying conditions, right? Weather, where are my friends, what time of day am I going to fly, et cetera, et cetera. The second wheel are utilities that I might need to access in any flight. Talking to ATC, yes, I use default ATC and I don't hate it. Talking to ATC, pulling up a VFR map, et cetera, et cetera. My dynamic wheels, I treat these very uniquely. Dynamic wheels are wheels that show up only on a specific aircraft. I have wheel number 1 set up to the entire startup procedure of my Kitfox. Everything from turn on master engine power to turn on beacon light to turn on avionics to turn on engine to turn on taxi lights in sequence going around the wheel. That's wheel number 1. It makes me feel like I'm inside the aircraft. I get to click the buttons one after the other. Wheel number 2 is in-flight utilities. These are the things I'll need in flight when I'm in this airplane that I can access through Flow. It's all my autopilot stuff, my contact ATC button, a reset barometer button, all the things I'll need in flight. And then, of course, you can probably read my mind here. The third wheel is landing setup stuff. Turn on landing lights, contact ATC, etc.
This is just, what? Like, this is nuts. There's so much potential with this. And, like, not only that, not only setting up the wheel pages, depending on what your own flows are going to be, right? But then you can have, like, the aircraft ones. Hey, whenever I'm in this aircraft, this is what I need to see specific to this aircraft. That's huge. So I got a question, right? See the way you have this folder. What does folder do?
Folder creates basically a widget that functions as a folder to take you to another wheel.
Gotcha. Okay.
So for example, if you wanted to create a wheel with your utilities that you use in Sim, but wanted to shove all the multiplayer servers into one folder, you can do that. That way, it only takes up one tile in your main wheel.
So I'm kind of setting it up here now. So I've just called the folder autopilot, and I'm going to horse in all the autopilot stuff.
Yes, and that's how I use one of my wheels as well. Yep.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Yep.
I love that. I love that. So here I am. I just set it up. I'm in. Okay, if I had no menu, right? The next thing, hey, I gotta scroll to where the 407 is. I'm gonna open my autopilot folder that I've just created, and now I have all of these things. The autopilot master, speed, heading, altitude, vertical speed. Like I have 2 of them because I'm an Aegis. But do you know what I mean? That's brilliant. That's just awesome, dude. Awesome. Now, do you know what else that I found? And maybe you'll tell me, yeah, that's what you guys do. But if I move this wheel around the shop, right? I can actually. How did I do it? Oh yeah. So if I'm messing around with the time, for example, right? Let me see. Where's the time widget? I just noticed this. So I've opened up the time widget now. I've noticed if I move this to the side of my screen, it won't actually exit it. It just leaves it as a tiny thumbnail. So that means if it's something I'm going to be using quite often, it just stays there and I can just drag it back into play.
Yeah, and this is especially handy for stuff like the weather widget, right? Because the weather widget will just show you your time. Your wind speeds and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see if you're doing a landing or a fun landing at some cool airport, you can leave your weather one right up there on the right and sit there and watch how the winds are changing. You can pull it up and put it away, and
that's so awesome.
yeah, we call that detaching from the wheel. Some people will want to keep visuals up for their audience.
Yeah. Oh, here's the thing. Can you open multiple widgets?
Yeah, if you tear them from the wheel like you just did this one, yep.
No, get out of town. This is brilliant. So if I want to say, right, open up as a position. Yeah, we want position. So look at this, right? I can leave a map up there and time the... Oh, dude, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I actually like keeping my position one up for the viewers when I'm taxiing out to a runway, for example. It gives them a feel of like, okay, we're almost at the runway, etc. But I'll blow your mind here with something else very cool in Flow Pro. Let's add a new widget to your wheel from the HUD category. Browse down to the HUD category.
So we want to add this, yeah? So HUD. Yeah. So we have controls visualizer. Oh, yeah, look at this. Wind visualizer.
Okay. Add those 3 babies to your wheel somewhere.
Yes.
Just anywhere. You're just goofing right now. Just add them in.
Ah, dude, look at the state of this. Hang on a second.
Now, right now, they're spawning one on top of each other. But yeah, do that. Yeah. Now move your controls and stuff.
Hang on. SimVar. What's this now? Variable monitor.
You don't need that. You don't need that.
I nearly broke it. So we have winds, what it's doing on the aircraft, and acceleration, what it's doing.
Open the other one, the controls one. There are 3 types of HUDs. Controls, winds. You added variable monitor. We should hide that under dev mode.
Sure. And we'll fix it. Variable monitor, no, get rid of that. We want to add in HUD.
It's called controls under HUD.
Drop them in there, proceed, and done. Oh, look at this. So now we have our
that
controls.
Bad boy. Now, go ahead and move your yoke or your rudder pedals or whatever.
That is so insanely cool.
So you can slide those right above your camera window, for example, and have them up on departures or on landings, and your audience could see what you're doing.
Dude, you've just replaced the joystick visualizer because they'd never updated it in about 10 years. That is fantastic. I love it. That's so handy even for, like, you know, instruction or training, right? People be like, hey, you know, look, especially flying a friggin' chopper, right? Sergio was going to love this because, you know, some people are like giving it all socks when they're trying to fly choppers. It's like absolute, you know, very subtle but precise inputs. That's really, really good. I really like that. I see a question there from Gibbo, and I think I know the answer, but we'll run it by you. Can you add like one or many kind of flight plans? So if we had like, because say for example, if I'm doing a flight tonight, currently I'll go off and I'll create a route. I'll find it on just using, I don't know, SkyVector or whatever, and then I'll identify all the airports that I want to fly to. So like we could, in theory, create a script that will read that from wherever we have it, and then someone could then use Flow to pull up that script, and then it'll display somewhere what that flight plan is going to be, right?
You could. It would likely display in a widget window. I do know that stuff like shoving in a flight plan into Microsoft Flight Sim does not work well, etc. So you'd have some confines, but yeah, you could have it read from somewhere, whatever flight plan you like spit out to the world, and have it show up in someone's widget. Yep. Somebody said, is it possible to block trolls? No, that's a function that's not doable just from the back end. VR integration, I think we answered that one earlier. VR is a wacky space. It's not fully supported right now, although it does sort of work. But it is something we're working on for the first coming months.
Add fuel. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, a quick in-air refuel. You know, sometimes you just need it.
That is so, reset your battery. That's another genius one. So that like just
Flow is going to be available exclusively at Orbex with the Pro version. Essentials will be submitted to the Microsoft Marketplace and hopefully on Xbox as well. The free version also is a PC exclusive, and that's through Orbex.
Timeline, or how is it working, or how is it looking? Is everything going to plan? I mean this
We're
is
on
finished,
plan.
right?
We haven't really seen anything break on your end. No, no, we're on plan. I mean, we're grinding towards pre-Christmas release. We like to enjoy our weekends. We like to enjoy our holidays. Yeah, we're pushing for pre-Christmas release. So.
Okay, so let's just play with this. So with Otto, right?
Ah, welcome Otto.
This is deadly. Now, one thing I have noticed, right?
Type in girlfriend.
Really? Oh, behave. Hang on a second. One thing I've noticed, though, I can't seem to move that. Maybe that's just a thing. So, say for example, if I want to use Otto a lot, right? I don't seem to be able to do the same as I could with the.
So Otto has a very specific function. Otto is for the power users, and typically power users are not spending time moving things around and staging things up. It's a very unique case. So, gosh, I don't know how long you've been in computing, but we've had tools like Sherlock and Watson on Mac OS, where you pull up a toolbar, you type 2 keys, and it does something massive like open an app that you would have navigated 6 folders to. That's how Otto works. So, for example, you pull up Otto with 1 key, you type in LL, and magically your landing lights come on.
I just typed in girlfriend and it says I don't have one. Hang on now.
Oh, there are more. You just have to find them all.
That's brilliant. So, for example, I mean, I could put in, weight and balance. Oh, look at this. Weight and balance instantly changes. Meter. Get out of town. Put in the meter. Let's put in Dublin. No meter. Can we just click on meter ICAO code? How do we do that now?
Meter space and then your code. If you know one, because right now there's no meter nearby. You're pretty remote.
Look at that. I brought up Dublin. This is brilliant. Meter Dublin. Winds 2 to 0 at 9 knots. That is fantastic.
So yeah, so Otto is for heavy power users. Launch Otto and type in LL, for example. And you'll see kind of how that functions.
Oh my God, landing lights.
Right. So just about anything. You could switch a weather preset with 2 keystrokes like that. I mean, you can do all sorts of neat things with Otto.
Let's see what else. What else do you want when you're flying? What's the thing we always do? Hang on now.
Try Wikineer.
Yeah, what is Wikineer? Wikipedia. Searching Wikipedia for nearby articles. Mind blown! It's telling us about the place. I no longer have to pretend I know all the stuff and give people fake information. Yes! This is brilliant!
Try Wiki Bell 407.
Oh, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. Hang on a second. So
this feature auto bar is available in Pro, folks, in Pro.
Okay, so the auto search bar, and again, we can absolutely make this huge, right? So if I bring up auto again, this is so cool, man. This is so cool.
And we're working to make the Wikipedia results be like a tearaway tile so you can keep them on screen, because I know you use these pretty heavily.
All the time. Yeah, if you can make them like the other two. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it'll be like a tearaway or a pop out, basically.
Oh my God. So it's using Wikipedia. This is brilliant. And like there's other stuff then we can find. I mean, battery. If I can reset the battery, toggle battery master. Pause. No. Parking brakes. Oh, right. Okay. So it's kind of like aircraft controls and stuff. So like, what about radio?
Yeah. Anything that's a script, Auto can run. So anything that is wheel addable, Auto can run.
That is awesome. I'm loving this, dude. This is sweet. So, I meant to say, so it's all fingers crossed, everything going well. It's going to Orbex, and hopefully we'll see it out before the holidays, right? No?
Yes, hopefully before the holidays. Exactly. I think Chalk sums it up, right? There are many layers, right? This is it's as simple as you want it to be, which you've experienced with free, right? Like there was none of this craziness, right? Free was very simple. It was a menu alternative, nothing more.
Yeah.
Essentials doesn't give you any of the scripting stuff or anything. It gives you some of the key widgets that people would want, right? It's just the key stuff. Here's the weather widget. Here's the portal to find your friends. No tinkering around and no customizations and no auto and no anything like that. And then you have the power users who want all of this stuff. That's Pro.
That's insane. Like, but even for like the Essentials one on Xbox, you're still getting Parallel 42's panels. I mean, you're still getting the awesome new, time of day, weather, cameras, all the stuff that you guys have built already. And then the Pro is just for like, you know what I'm saying? You can go absolutely nuts. A lot of questions in relation to pricing. Have you decided yet? Is it like, 90 euros? That seems to be a fairly.
So this would be the first time we reveal our price, and I'm happy to do that here with your audience, and I do this because.
Hang on, I need to make sure I look good for this. This is going to be a famous moment. Right, go on.
We first announced Flow on your stream, and I felt that was a very special moment because we work in pure silence for a long time. You guys don't hear teasers from us for a year leading up to a product that comes or doesn't ever come. You guys don't see a daily teaser for something that burns you out on it before you get to experience yourself. We work in silence. We build cool shit. We release it when it's damn well ready and not a day before. And pricing often boils down to that same formula, right? And I say this because a feature like Portal, which is a grand old feature, came to fruition very close to release, and then it happened just overnight, and all of a sudden you have to put a value to something like that. The pricing here is going to be very fair for everyone. Pro is going to come in at $25. These are one time. These are not subscriptions, by the way. So cancel your server bots that tell people when you're flying, etc. You'll save money with that. Pro is $25. Essentials is only $15. And then you have free for free.
Sir Murphbot is doomed. $25 for Pro. That's amazing, dude. Fantastic.
I love you guys. What a great chat. I love you guys. You all get it, and it's beautiful to see. There's so much to this, and it really can be everything everyone wants because you build it for yourself. You build your own flow.
Dude, it's a game changer. I just even found another thing. So if you're trying to mess around with the time, fiddle around with it, but if you double click on the digital clock, it resets it till live time. Like, it's amazing. Was it supposed to do that? Is that by design?
Yep.
That's so awesome. Oh my God. Like, it's incredible. An absolute game changer. So, and we're hoping this is going to be, on the shelves, as it were, prior to Christmas. This is huge. Like, guys,
we're really excited to see what the community does with it, right? Like, we've done a lot of great stuff and we put the value into the product at these price points. What people are gonna do when they own Pro and put it in the hands of other thinkers like us, the sky is the limit. Like, the value will multiply tenfold from the widgets that we're going to see from others.
I can't wait. I cannot wait to see some of the widgets that come into this. And like even from, pardon me, even from a streamer's point of view, like, I'm constantly having to change things, and there's nothing worse. Like, if you got to change a server and it's like, oh, hang on, I'll just like stop the entire flight, or, to refresh servers and all this jazz. Changing the weather can always be a giant pain. Trying to find out and figure out where people are. Like, not only that, but if I have any of my own panels, right? If I have something like a GSX,
you can add your TTM one to the wheel. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's there. I just need to fix me the thumbnail. But look, it's there, so I can draw up or call up the legacy panels, as it were. And it's no different. It's the same with, like, a GSX. It's any other panel that you have, even the default VF4 maps. They're all there. I mean, they're there. But
I see some people in the chat asking about upgrades. So we've worked out this very cool thing with Orbex. Where you will be able to upgrade. So if you do buy Essentials, you'll be able to purchase an upgrade. Of course, this is an Orbex exclusive thing, and you have to have bought both through Orbex. I hate that I have to say that, but like, it's pretty logical. If you buy Essentials through Orbex, you can upgrade to Pro through Orbex.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. That is so awesome. What an exciting time. You're going to have so much fun of this. Do you know what I mean? Do you go on holiday at all? This is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The Limbics is awesome. So here's the thing specific to us, Edson, right? So, we have our own little virtual airline that we use the infrastructure of FS Hub, which is brilliant. However, most of the data that they export, it's all through JavaScript. So we can absolutely create our own scripts, put them into Flow, design the graphics whatever way we want, like a moving map or what people are flying on that network. And yes, the short answer is absolutely yes, it will work because we can create.
You are correct.
Oh, it's brilliant.
You are correct, bro. You are correct. The sky
so
is the limit, right? Like you are correct. You absolutely, if it's speaking in JavaScript and spitting out data that you can touch, then you can touch that through Flow and display it in Flow with a widget. Yeah.
Come here to me now. This is remembering where I left these visualizers, the controls, wind, and acceleration.
Yeah. That way you can call them. So I have them on my departure wheel and on my landing wheel. So I pull them up when I'm departing and I pull them up when I'm landing.
That is so awesome. This is so awesome. This is a game changer, dude. It really, really is. And like such an intuitive idea, right? I mean, and it's so user friendly. Like I'm the biggest idiot of them all, and I can pretty much get my way around this. And I'm kind of looking forward to now, the old OCD. I'm gonna like have different folders set up with different stuff on different pages. Like, is there any limit? Not to say you'll need them, but like, is there a limit to how many pages, if you like, you can have on the wheel?
We've seen so in testing, we made an almost complete circle of those little dots that tell you, yeah, it goes pretty high. It goes pretty high. Someone asked, let's see, does it work in VR? We've answered that. VR is complex. VR is not at launch, although it does sort of work. We are going to work on making it work better. Regarding an EFB, it does some EFB things, but it's not built to be an EFB. It is a menu system, and it does host widgets. Not to say that if somebody doesn't want to write an incredibly elaborate, full-on EFB widget, that they can. So it's pretty powerful. I do want to throw a challenge out there, though. I've seen coffee mentioned many times. In our trailer, it does state that can Flow make my coffee? And the answer in the trailer is no. But the reality is, with these days and all our connected appliances, I hope that somebody changes that answer. And that's my challenge for you all out there, the tinkerers, the builders, the creators. Change that answer to yes.
I mean, you can
and post a video.
You could call up commands and like, if you're using like smart lighting, they can turn on and off your lights. I mean, they're doing it through a Twitch plugin anyway, right? I mean, that could be thrown in.
I had to stop Kevin. He's like, bro, I'm going to make it control all your Philips Hue lights. Bro, no, leave things for people to build.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant.
Oh, I had to stop Kevin. Oh, we could just keep going with the integrations, man.
Where does it stop? Oh, this is so exciting. So exciting.
One more favor. I do see there may be a lot of tinkerers out there. Can we pull up the wheel, add a script? I want to show that scripting interface. It was shown in the video. Right there. It's in red.
Yeah.
That's like the no-fly zone for the non-nerds. So. Right there, yeah. Add that baby, and let's go in there.
I told you to break it, didn't I? Is there actually here? There was a question. Is there anything you could limit on the screen, perhaps?
Limit in which way?
Like how many windows? If you like have, if you have like 10 scripts running, like did you see any kind of sim degradation or performance? So if you have the map, the weather, the cameras, no?
Nope. It's all just overlay data. Nope.
That's unbelievable. Okay, so if I want to add a script,
click on that script and hit edit. I don't know why it didn't open to begin with.
Okay. Exit editor, script.
Oh, just hit the editor right there. Top right, the pencil. That's right. You haven't written a script, so it's not going to go into the...
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, so if I'm on script, and then we hit the pencil. Gotcha. Right, here we go.
There we go. So we've given examples of our own scripts here to give folks a head start, right? Like maybe somebody doesn't know JavaScript comfortably, but maybe they want to start to dip their toes into it. Something as simple as like the door script, which just opens a door and closes a door using an LVAR. You can click that and see that code, and you can begin to like tinker with it. Maybe you want a widget that opens all doors. So now you can go into that door script and say, you know what? I'm just going to copy this line. I'm going to edit this number. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to copy that line. I'm going to edit this number. I'm going to paste it. Now, when I click this widget, I open all my doors at once. So little by little, by taking apart what Kevin has built, people can learn to dabble in this a little bit with a little JavaScript.
This is kind of, yeah, open script or script description. Okay, so that's your command, reference to the name, and then go into JavaScript. And you have the option then, of course, of CSS and making the thing nice. Now, when it says...
That one line opens a door.
Nice. So if you click run, it'll do it, and then you compile it. Code
Right,
successfully.
yep.
So will it give you an error if it can't call it up? Or
It will give you an error if it's incorrect code. Yep.
Nice. That's so good.
G Slayer said, I see a real world use for this app. So earlier in the stream, Murphy accidentally added a variables visualizer. So developers, aircraft developers specifically, for a long time have not had great tools. With Flow, aircraft developers can visualize the action of every single variable on an aircraft live time and even graph them out. So some of the tools available on Pro are going to help your future aircraft development.
This is so friendly as well. So if I created a JavaScript code, I scripted a code and I give it a name, as soon as I compile it and exit the editor, when I go back into the wheel, it's sitting right there where I want it. That's insanely good. And not only that, if I go into the editor again, you know, when I don't break it, click and hold, I can do stuff with this. I can, is there a way, yeah, you have an exporter, right? So you can actually export this.
You can export that. If you were to edit or make your own, you can then export. You can't share one of our factory scripts because there's no difference to it. But yeah, if you create a new script, you click on the exporter button right there. You can add an exporter to your wheel. And it's the kind of thing that like your general simmer is not going to sit around doing this or using this tool. But yeah, this is the interface. It's this simple to where you can now find the script you just made and quickly export it and upload it up to flightsim.to and name in flashing lights.
This changes so much, dude. I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean,
and you can share a whole wheel or you can share just one widget.
Like, can you just imagine you're going to have profiles for different aircraft, you're going to have profiles for different types of flights, you're probably going to have profiles for different communities, right? I mean, what they do during their streams, yeah, this is like, you know, additional commands through a Twitch chat, you know, the sky's the limit, man. This is amazing.
I'm really excited to see people expand on the Twitch stuff. Trust me, I am, because we were doing some wacky stuff with Kevin, man. And it's like, you know, at some point you have to look at it and you have to say, we're not putting that in people's hands. But you know that there's always someone out there that's going to say, I wish I had this.
Yeah, yeah. That's just fantastic. And here's the other thing. VATSIM, all these things. I mean, you can have little widgets, as we call it, or flows. I mean, once it's customizable, it's using JavaScript. Like it connects everything into one little place. You could, in theory, right, just like on your Stream Deck, one button and like it'll open every program that you need to do a VATSIM flight. You know, your vPilot or whatever it is. That's so awesome. This is exciting.
Well, my friend, enjoy it. At this point, like, you know, set up your main wheel with some basic utilities that you access every flight and just begin to enjoy it. It's amazing how something as small as an approach to a menu, which is a wheel versus a bar, it's amazing how much of a difference that makes in your experience.
It's unbelievable. A total game changer. I love this. Where was this 10 years ago? It's brilliant. So I can leave all these on, go flying. People can see the stuff. Oh, it's just brilliant. Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that visualizer in use with your off-center controls there. It's
Yeah,
kinda interesting.
what the juice? There shouldn't be off center. I mean,
Do you think anything needs calibrating, or
apart from my brain, no. I mean, it should be all right. That explains why I can't. Or hang on, that explains why I can only turn right. I'm leaning left. You know?
it's a NASCAR? You got the NASCAR edition yoke.
I was watching Days of Thunder. That's what it was. Yeah. Dude, thank you so much indeed for letting me show this off. I can like.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Have fun.